So the game we're going to play is a simple coordination game. I'm going to give you a physical instruction, and then I'd like you to do it, and then I'll demonstrate and see whether we did the same thing. Bring your right hand to your head. Off you go. Now remember, I'm opposite you. So did you do this? Does your pose look like this? Okay. So far, so good. Turn your head so you're facing towards the left. Did you do this? Or does it look like this? I've got my back to you. Good. Okay, one more instruction with just one body part. Bring your left foot into your right leg. Okay, that was a bit complicated. I might not have cued it that well. So you could either be here, or in your full tree pose. Okay, and bringing the foot down. Okay, that's one body part. Starting to get the mind thinking. Let's coordinate more than one body part. I would like you to put your left hand on your heart and point your right foot out to the right. Have you done this and this? Okay, back to mountain pose. I'd like you to grab your left foot behind you in dancer's pose and cross your right arm over so that your right hand hugs your shoulder, left shoulder. Did you do this? How are you going? Good. Okay. I'd like you to jump your feet apart. Don't do it yet. I want you to listen to the instructions. Turn your right foot out to your right. And then stretch out to the right until your right hand reaches your right leg. You know what pose it is? Okay, give it a go. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? Was it triangle? I think so. Now can you think about all the movements to gracefully move to the left side? I won't do it yet. I'll give you a few moments. Okay, and then I'm going to do it with you. And turn around and go this way. Okay. One more challenge. Can you sit on your bottom, come into boat pose, then twist with your right hand grabbing the outside edge of the left leg or the left foot, and then pop your left hand on your head. Can you do that one? It's a bit weird. Okay, I'm going to do it with you. So I'm on my bottom. I'm raising my legs. My right hand is going to touch either my outside edge of my leg or my foot, and I'm going to twist. Can you do that? Can you balance? Can you think about the body parts required to balance in this pose? Now, without bending the legs, without falling, I'd like you to change sides, but before you do you remember the technique for moving gracefully between poses? I've mentioned it before. What we do is we think about the movement before we do it. We don't do it before we think. You got it? Imagine yourself gracefully twisting to the other side, and then it should look like that, yeah? Okay, hug your knees in, and we'll give you a rest challenge. Okay, so bring your knees out wide, feet together, and draw your head down in between your feet. Did you look like this? And like this. Take 5 breaths here before we start. Okay, well done. Now we'll get cracking with our salutes. We're building up quite a progressive practice now, so we're going to add on today as well. So from here, raise your arms up on the inhale, hands down as you exhale. Look up, keep your shoulders over your knuckles. Let's walk the right leg back and left leg. And then pushing down. Let's just lay on the ground for the first one. lift up your ribs, or coming into your full cobra. I'm a little stiff today, so keep on stretching, and exhale, downward facing dog. Just observing the sensations in the body. 1 and 2, 3. Now look between the hands. Right foot forward. Did you get your right foot? Left foot. Exhale, head down. Arms all the way up. And then hands to prayer. Exhale. Arms up, inhale. Palms down, exhale. Left leg, then right leg. And pushing down. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now look between the hands. Left foot forward. And then right foot forward. Exhale, head down. Coming all the way up to standing. Inhale. And hands to prayer. Exhale. So take a gentle breath in. Long breath out. Inhale. Arms up. Exhale, fold. Now you might be stepping back to plank, or by now you are jumping. How's your jumping going? Are you getting more control? Exhale, push down. You might be an inch off the ground. Try not to have your bottom in the air. I see this a lot. Swoop it down. It's super hard, but you get super strong. Up dog. Inhale. And downward dog. Exhale. 3 breaths. 1, 2. Whoa, good. Just wiggle around, deepen the stretch. And 3. Now look up and jump forward. Exhale down. Inhale, arms all the way up above the head. Hands to prayer. Now we will start our variations. Remember all the poses we've been learning? Let's put them together. Arms up on the inhale. Push the hips forward, arms back. Exhale, hands down. Jump back to plank. And push down. Hold. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. And downward dog. Exhale. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now ground your right foot and raise your left leg in the air behind. Think about it first. Remember those mindful movements. Remember coordination. And keep raising your leg up. Let's see if you can do a challenge. This is a coordination challenge. Shift your weight into the right foot and the left hand, and see if you can raise your right hand off the ground. This takes loads of practice. This takes a lot of practice. Maybe right hand to the shin. Keep it going. Right hand down. Left foot between the hands and come to high lunge. Sinking down. Sinking down, back leg straight. Are you getting stronger in these poses? Can you bounce a little to get a little deeper? Are your hip flexors working better and better each week? Right hand down, squeeze the belly in and twist towards the left. So remember, this is our twisted lunge. Our next pose after we've enjoyed this twist a little more is warrior 2. Remember, we're going to try not to drop the left hand to the ground. We're going to keep the left leg mindfully bent, and we are going to stretch all the way out to warrior 2. Stay a few breaths here and think into not only the graceful arms floating out, but the strong legs and the strong mind. Reverse the warrior. And then coming into your side angle pose. So we've gotten a few levels out of this. We are starting here. Some of you may be here. Opening. We did turtle last week, didn't we? So you could actually half bind around and grab the thigh, or if you can, now try not to stick your bottom out when you do this. Stick the left arm under the leg, and then you can try and grab the right fingers or the right wrist and stay open. If that made your pose look like this, just go back to this shape for a moment. Good, your legs must be feeling it by now. Keep the knees bent and come to warrior 2. Oh, straighten, it never gets easier. Reverse the triangle, yes it does get a little easier. But you always need to stay there until you can really feel it. Let's come to triangle pose. So now that we've been doing this for a while together, make sure you're not heavy-handed with your hand on your shin. Let's start to fine-tune this pose. Remember in week 1, we had the back completely aligned to a wall. Get that feeling again. We're going to use the wall again for a few poses later. But get that feeling, and the hand should not even touch the leg. Otherwise, you're going to end up sort of being a bit lazy. Now warrior one. Hands down on either side of the foot and come back to downward dog. And roll to plank. Push down, exhale. Up dog, inhale. And downward dog, exhale. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Now stay where you are. I turn around so I can see the camera. Raise the right leg in the air behind you. Point the toe. So try not to collapse into that support side. I go through this each week. Get stronger on your left side. See if you can lift the left hand. If this isn't working for you, just stay in the stretch. It's a great stretch. Or hand to the shin. Left hand down. And right foot between the hands. And be on the ball of the left foot. The thing about yoga is it's more than just flexibility. It's strength. So we should really call it stretching and flexibility. We should really call it agility and mobility. You get more and more mobile in your body, and that's because you're getting stronger. Good. Now left hand down and twist towards the right. Don't collapse the left hip as much as you think. Keep the left hip in line with the right and twist through the diaphragm, not via a dropped leg. Good. Warrior two. So we're staying mindful that that right leg stays bent the whole time. 3 breaths. And 2. And 1. Now reverse the warrior. You can wrap your arm behind since we learnt about the binds last week. And come to side angle posture. So here are our stages. 1, 2, 3. Working towards 4. And stay open. Don't have a butt sticking back and a chest poking forward. 3 breaths. And 2. And 1. Now bend knee. Warrior 2. Straighten the leg. Let's reverse the triangle just to release that build up. And come to triangle pose. Well done. 5 breaths. Starting to get more flexible and touch the ground. A little yoga tip is to trigger grip your big toes and lengthen. You want as much length. It's not done by putting your bottom back and your chest forward. I would rather you be a little bit more lifted. Good. Now last breath in. Exhale. Come to warrior one on your inhalation. Hands down on either side of the foot. And come to downward dog. Exhale. Plank on the inhale, push down, exhale, up dog, inhale, and downward facing dog, exhale. 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. So we have a part 2 to our vinyasa, as our flowing sequence. Raise the left leg in the air behind you, open up the hip, bend the knee as if you won't do it, but as if you could kick your heel into your bottom. It's not going to happen, but as if you could. Now from here, let's come to our warrior one. Remember this sequence? Good. So we are either going to aeroplane, which brings the arm back, or warrior 3 with the arm forward. Raise the back leg. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Stay mindful and present. We're going to come to a standing split and really enjoy that stretch over the leg. You can either stay here or you can have your knee bent or hands on blocks. Or you can try your kick-ups. We've done this a few times. How are your handstands going? The more you practice, the better you get. Now I'm going to bring that left leg down. And then that right leg down. Then I'm going to come to downward dog. Because we are getting so fit as yogis, we're going to come to plank. Push down. Up dog. And downward dog. Take some time. I'm going to raise the right leg in the air and open the hip. Open, 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 open. Good. And then from here. Warrior one. right hip, get that space. And then start your bouncing up if you like, just a few pops. Wherever you're ready. Good. Eventually, left leg back, and then your right leg back. And catch a plank, and push down. Up dog. Downward facing dog, 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jump forward, feet between the hands. Head down. And raise. You can bring the feet to hip width apart. Grab your ankles, grab your calves. Slow your breath down. And come all the way up to standing. Inhale. Hands to prayer. Exhale. And take a few breaths. Okay, well done. So now we're going to do some posture challenges. The first one I'm going to teach you is a beautiful pose called half moon. I'm going to demonstrate it. It's not that easily done. First off, I'm going to get a little closer to the camera. When I bring my right foot out to the right and my left hand on my hip, I'm going to bring my right hand about 30 centimeters in front of my little right toe. I'm going to open up and then stretch up. There is a balance point. When you find that point, it's effortless. But until then, it's all over the place. So let's try it against the wall. I'm going to have my bottom at the wall, both sides of my bottom. Right foot out to the right, shoulder blades at the wall. I'm going to stretch out. Now, some of you have very long gangly legs, a little tight. You can use a block or an elevation. What you want to feel is that the hip lifts out of the thigh bone. I get a lot of complaints that they feel that their bottom's squished or their lower back hurts. You need space in this pose. You want to feel like someone could just close you in and sandwich you into this posture. Okay, the wall is a great friend when you're learning the pose. Then we can come to the other side. Good, so the left foot is out to the left. It's about maybe 3 or 4 centimeters away from the wall. And then you're pressing your shoulder blades into the wall. Good, and engage the leg. Good. And then coming back up. Good. Okay, so how are we going to learn this away from the wall? I will mirror you. So, okay, do the same as me. This is my left foot, but it's going to be your right foot. Right foot out to the right. Left hand on the hip. It's a coordination trick for me. I've got to remember the opposite. Now, I am going to bring these fingers, see where my little toe is? In front, about 30 centimeters in front of the toe. Now, at the moment, I'm here, and I'm not feeling so stable, so I've got to think into my big toe and press it down. As I stack my left hip over my right, I have to straighten the support leg. Try not to be in a banana. A banana is a very easy way to balance. Eventually, we want to straighten up, and that involves getting very strong on the inside edge of the leg. If you are in a banana shape or a pike shape like that, because there's too much weight on the outside edge of your foot. Okay, you've got to find that spot. If anybody's got it, I've got one more beautiful variation. You can bend your knee and you can stretch your leg. Good. But whatever we do, we don't fall out of the pose. We come down gracefully. Good. Let's try the other side. I'm going to turn my other foot out. Right hand to the hip. Bring my fingers 30 centimeters in front of the toe. Big toe down, opening up, opening up. Stretch, squeeze the belly in and lift through the leg. How are you going? It takes practice, but I believe in no time you find that spot where you balance. And then you can just stay there for ages. It's perfect. Good. Okay, and then lengthening out and then coming back. Well done. How did you go? Okay, so for our peak poses today, we've got to get our back strong again. So why don't we come into our lunge? We haven't done too many lunges today. Squeezing down, squeezing down, squeezing down. Good. Now left hand on the left. Now I've got my left leg forward, my right leg back. So whichever way, so change legs if you haven't. So there's a lot of hands and legs involved with this one. So let's see how we go. We're going to bend our right leg. And with our hand, we're going to help the heel into the buttock. So if you do a lot of running, this might be quite painful, but it's a really good stretch to stretch your quads and your knees. Good. Now I'm going to raise this arm up. Can you balance? I'm going to hold my shin, and in slow motion, I'm going to bring the leg back and the arm over the head. I'm going to push my hips forward and come to a back arch. How are you going with this? If this is enough, that's fine. If you could bring your hand to the ground, give it a go. Some people are super flexy. And then bring your hands to promote the chest. No hands, see if you can do it. And then lunge again. Let's come to cat and cow. Let's come to the other side. So I'm going to bring my right leg forward, the other ball. Okay, we'll get onto the ball of the left in a moment. We're going to do our lunge first. Good. And then at some point, I'm going to bend that back knee and bring it heel into the buttock. And then holding the shin, bringing it down, arm up and back behind the head. 4 fingers down to the ground. Both hands approach the chest. Last lunge. Child's pose, have a rest. You might notice I give less and less rests in this class. And then the full camel. We'll start on the balls of the feet. We're going to keep the hips forward. Remember, easy options is right arm down, left arm up, and alternate. Or your stronger version is to have both hands on the heels and draw back. If your back warms up quite quickly, if you're very flexible, feet down. You can have the hands on the feet, deeper on the calves, deeper on the ground, head on your feet, whatever you prefer. Just strengthen the legs. Your legs have to push your hips forward. 3 breaths. And 2. And I like to actually use no hands, because then I have to actually use the strength of my front and back body to keep me in the shape. The minute I use my hands, it's about taking away 40% of the muscles that are needed to be used. Whoa. Try and come out with both sides even. Use your thigh bones and rest. Now what we are working on today, tying back to our theme of coordination, just moving opposite body parts. Let's see what we can do. We're going to start with a mini bridge. I'm going to bring my hands under my hips, bring my left leg up and down, right leg up and down, left arm up and down, right arm up and down. So far so good. Left leg, right arm and down, right leg lifts, left arm back and down. Too easy, huh? We're going to here. We're going to kick over into plow and kick back over into bridge. If this is not suitable for you, just coming down and having a rest. Okay, we are going to do this in our back bend. Hands under the shoulders, coming up. Center your right foot. Raise your left leg. So if you are not so flexible, you might have your knee bent. If you want to give it a stretch, stretch your leg up. Then your right hand up. Woo! This is not easy. And down. Good. Swap. Left leg supports right leg up. Left arm up. And down. And down. Oh, give yourself a big, big stretch. And then coming all the way down and hug your knees into the chest. How are your handstands going? Now that our backs are very warm, We could try to do our handstand a little away from the wall and move into our scorpions, where we bring our toes towards our head. Whoops. I'll try and do it here on your forearms. It's quite good. You can do it at the wall, or keep going with your Spider-Man handstands. So here, forearms. Try and draw your toes towards your head. You can use the wall if you need. If you can drop back. Oh. Seems a bit gymnasticy, but it's all yoga. It's all traditional hatha yoga. It's amazing. Okay. So what I meant by Spider-Man, you could try it on your forearms. It gets you super strong in your shoulders, which is what we're trying to work towards, and you can walk your legs up. So I always like to end active practice with a shoulder stand, and then we'll go into our yin pose. We are going to roll onto our shoulders. Coming up, remember all your variations. 10 breaths in shoulder stand. Calms the nervous system, improves all your hormones, gets them all balanced. Brings blood to the face, the skin, the brain. Not only do you get smarter and your skin quality improves, your hair follicles get stimulated. Your hair is stronger. Smile. Close your eyes and focus on your third eye center. And then from here, come to plow. You can pop your feet on your bed if you like, it's so comfortable. Bring your knees to your ears, last few breaths. Rolling down slowly. Come onto your elbows. Lift your ribs, crown of the head back. And coming up. Good. So our yin pose today is, this is an interesting one. Remember I was telling you before about emotions towards a pose. Well, this will bring up a lot of emotions. It is the white straddle pose, forward bend. If you are very stiff, you can sit on a block and use a bolster. Grab a bolster. Bolster, pillow. If you are very, very stiff, you just might want to do it in front of your bed. Sit on a big pillow, do it in front of your bed, and rest yourself on the bed here. Other options, if you do have the luxury of having a bolster, you can hug down on it. As I said, this seems to be just one of these postures I embrace. I'm going to have a chat with you, quite a deep level of the pose. So it's winter, it's going to take me a few moments to get into it. So I'm not going to push, I'm actually going to start to relax. Find your comfort zone. Start to go deeper and deeper and softer. Letting everything go. I would start with the face muscles, shoulders, belly, the hips. Keep breathing. You would be surprised as confronting as this pose looks if you stay down and maybe try not to lift your head up every few moments. You will find some point of comfort in the pose. Muscle tightness really releases within a minute. Then we do have our deep-seated tension, but this pose gets through that as well. asleep by now? Nothing's relaxing. Everything's still hard. Observe your sensations. Observe your emotions. There is a lot of fear in the body. To get that fear out of the body is very, very confronting. So every time we hit that point where we're about to give up, you just got to say, could I stay a moment or two longer? Slowly bring your awareness back. How did you go? And then coming all the way up. And you've been there for a while, so be very kind to yourself. From here, lying down. Get ready for your meditation today.